for those who were not on our Private Trust Education Webinar 8, which we did this fall, an update to the Private Trust Education series, in that webinar we talked about Black's Law and Bouvier's and things like that, and we also talked about Webster's, specifically Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary. And you know, in the Private Trust Education series, we used to recommend using Black's Law primarily. Since that time, we've reevaluated that and want to share with you the reasons why we've switched to Webster's. Black's Law, in my opinion, but I think it's a well-educated opinion after looking at lots of Supreme Court cases, Black's Law is a dictionary of legal terms within the United States. That is, it defines the code and legalese used in the U.S. jurisdiction, whereas, and term is a defined word, right? It's a term means it's defined within a contract. And so Black's Law is defining the terms within the United States citizen contract or the United States jurisdiction. There's lots of useful information in Black's. We particularly like Black's Fourth, but they all have lots of useful information. But bear in mind that it only applies, you know, in the U.S. jurisdiction. We're interested in not a legal term, not codified legalese, but rather the meaning of a word. And when the Supreme Court looks to define a word, the only time they'll use Black's Law appears to be when they're talking about a case that is strictly in the United States jurisdiction and does not have any consideration of United States of America rights or issues. And so Black's Law, again, while useful, is not what the Supreme Court uses. Most of the time, they use Webster's New Collegiate. Sometimes they'll use Oxford English Dictionary. If they define a word with multiple dictionaries, Black's comes in at like number 4. And so just wanted to clarify that we've switched to Webster's. Recommend that you do too. And Black's is also, you know, well worth looking at and seeing what they have to say, with the understanding that it's defining legalese of the U.S. jurisdiction.